Broadcasting live from sunny South Florida, and the best way to start your Saturday. This is KMA Talk Radio, life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. And now your KMA crew. The man with the scoop, William Cooper. Alex the Goat Tavella. And always telling it like it is, Honest Abe Dababneh.
I like to smoke them like the Winston Churchill. Like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar, yeah.
Good morning to all our loyal listeners, libertarians, and lovers of the leaf. I'm Honest Abe, and we are broadcasting live, KMA episode number 599. And as always, I'm with my trusted KMA crew, the man we all know as the GOAT, Alex Tavella, our dear friend, always bringing us industry news, rumor, and teaser-free, William the Scoop Cooper, and from north of the border, our dear friend, the man we know as the surgeon, John McTavish. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Coop, you look like you're cold.
Yeah, it's cold, and the heat didn't get turned on in the studio in time.
Ooh.
That's right. You garage broadcasting, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I do have an HVAC
Right.
system in here, but it does take a little while when it's not on to kind of crank it.
Yeah, especially with
Sure.
the concrete floor.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's slow to heat.
Yep. Exactly.
That might be a little bit too much information there, Eric.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
Erica.
Appreciate
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure you spelled underwear.
Our fans are always.
That's dedication right there.
That's dedication. Yeah.
Cooper with the solid Lazona jacket, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really like that. Is that from the Lazona Palooza?
This is from last year's.
That's a previous year. Yeah, this year was orange, which was also nice.
I have the orange one. I have been. I'm a big jacket collector. I have a collection of jackets.
That's a good looking jacket, man.
So thank you.
He does good jackets. He does do good jackets. I give him credit, man. They do good jackets.
They do, yeah. And I have the first one, which is kind of like that 1960s Lords of Flatbush style. I call it. It's a satin jacket, kind of. Yeah.
Nice.
But they've been doing these. They've been doing these Warhead bomber jackets the last couple, and they come out great.
They do. They look nice.
Do you have your name on it, or is it just a rando jacket?
No, it's a rando jacket. You can only get these at Lazona Palooza, by the way. They don't. You can't get them anywhere else.
As if I needed more of a reason to come down.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with that is you can't just come down.
That's true.
Yeah, that's like invitation. Like you need to really be invited.
I might know a guy.
You might
It's
know a guy.
possible I might know a guy.
I think you know a guy who can get
I
it.
might be in a group chat with a guy.
Tavish might be able to slide it. He may be able to slide
it. Just sneak under the radar.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's. What are you guys all smoking this morning? And to all our fans out there, let us know what you're smoking today for our episode of KMA, episode number 599. That's right. Next week is a big 600. Jesus.
600.
What is? Is that La Aurora?
Is that a lot?
Villiger. This is a Villiger.
Is that a Villiger?
Villiger 1888 Grand Reserva, which has been a nice surprise cigar.
Yeah.
This was a
surprise.
surprise.
What was that? A Porchetta?
L40.
L40.
Yeah. Pulled it from the back of the humidor.
I'm finishing up my Wawa coffee, but I'm assuming you probably don't have it, Abe, because it's probably at your house. But I'm gonna smoke. We said we were gonna smoke. I'm gonna smoke my Rizzoli.
Is that the 10th anniversary one?
Fuck, that was so many weeks ago. I forgot all about it.
I know. You weren't on for a couple of weeks to cruise, and
and then
I was hovering over that box actually at Lazona. I almost make a run with it. I was like, yeah.
So that was gifted to me.
Yeah,
that was gifted to me at Lazona Palooza. And gave Alex one. We said we'd smoke it, and I got to tell you what, I couldn't smoke it if I wanted to because that box was lying by my humidor, and everything got moved. So I don't know where the fuck anything is.
No.
It's somewhere. It'll be found sooner or later.
No.
So I actually got 2 cigars lined up because I don't think my first one's gonna last the whole show. But this is something that dropped under the radar, really, and the reason why is we just don't have a lot of them. So we didn't make a big stink about it, but. There was a manufacturer who I'm not supposed to name, who was in my office a couple years ago and was smoking a particular size, which I thought was right up my alley. And I had one. It was fucking delicious. It's about 5.5 by 44. And from what I understood, that these he rolled for himself to smoke. So it's nothing he has in regular production. So we had to make us a batch. So we have a small batch of these.
What is that?
This is called the Smoking Pirate. So
I've seen this online. Yes, okay.
So if the theme of the cigar doesn't give away who makes it, I don't know what else to tell you. But it's a 10 count box, and they're like $6.90 a cigar.
Wow.
And they're good. I don't think these are going to last. I don't know if we'll ever get more. To be honest with you, we were supposed to get more. It still was a very small run in relationship for us, but we were supposed to get more, but believe it or not, like 1 out of 5 cartons showed up, and we don't know where the other 4 cartons are.
Oh no!
Really?
Yeah,
Miami Customs.
Oh God! So you got less than expected.
Way less. So if you haven't, I think they're still available online. I'm pretty sure. But if you haven't had a chance and you want a really good cigar that's under $7, I'm telling you. Trust me, you're not going to go wrong with this stick right here.
Abe, can you hold that up again? That wrapper looked.
The wrapper.
The cigar,
that wrapper looked. Look at that.
It's got that bronze type of wrapper.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's really a delicious.
Yeah, look, it looks nice.
Premium long filler cigar. And, we literally started on this project over 2 years ago talking about it. And it just took a while. The design changed a couple times. But, yeah, it's the J Sparrow. We call it the J Sparrow.
Nice.
So.
Dirt cheap.
Yeah, it does look for that price. That looks like a really nice cigar.
Congratulations to my cousin. He used to work for us. He got engaged a few months ago.
Oh, nice.
no!
Congratulations.
Yes. He is
Absolutely.
joining the many of us men in utter misery and despair. So
Run.
welcome to the club.
Freezing his tail off in Chicago this morning.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yes.
Let me get my lighter and light this up. I haven't.
No camels at the wedding, Owen. That's an inside joke.
That's funny. Now here's some people who are smoking cigars this morning.
Oh,
That's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah.
That's an oldie. But
Solid.
Oh, look at everyone
Red
smoking these fuller-bodied stuff for breakfast. I love
Yeah.
to see it.
Come heavy, you don't come at all.
Yeah.
Yep, I think a lot of people are sharing that sentiment these days.
Yeah. Well, look, if I didn't have the lounge,
That's why you need, a
Yeah.
good 5x44.
Yeah.
Well, John, we have had some epic moments with you on your old porch in sub-zero weather.
I think the
Bundled up,
coldest.
he's like bundled up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the coldest we ever did, it was like -8 freedom, and I mean that's even for me, -8 freedom in the outside, like no cover, no heater. That's kind of pushing the boundary of like how long you can sit still, for like 2 hours, right? Because I'm not smoking a Toro in 65 minutes, so we're out there for 2+ hours in -8 freedom with no heater, nothing. There's only so many layers you can wear and still maintain your digits without them falling off.
Yep.
Yeah. I was in Philly 2 weeks ago in 40-degree weather, and all I wanted to do was be inside.
Legitimately shorts and t-shirt weather.
We were 39 here today, yeah. And it's
I'm going to say this because every time I take the first draw on this, it hits me right away. These cigars, it's got to be over 2.5 years ago when they were made. So they were sitting here, and this was his supply, and it just really took us a long time for the packaging and whatnot and coordinating it. And we get busy and we drop the ball, and then we don't talk for 6-7 months, and then we get back on it and whatnot. You could tell this cigar has been sitting around. It is utterly smooth off the immediate draw, and most of the times off my first light, you always get a little tinge of earth or bitterness or something. But this was like right off the first draw. This you get for under $7, honestly.
I'm still
hoping the other 5 boxes show up. I feel bad for him. I don't pay for those.
Right, of course. Right. No, and this is a guy just coming off a fire a couple years ago, too. Right.
Now you're really giving it away.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Well, I was gonna make a comment earlier when you said 1 in 5. I'm like, did the other 4 go up in smoke? But I'm like, you know what? That might be a little offside.
Right.
Because that was horrible news.
A lot of good cigars being smoked today. So how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Alex, first Thanksgiving in the new house?
Thanksgiving was good. It's nice to not have to, get in your car and go anywhere after you're done eating, to drive home. Nah, a couple people. It was just us, nothing big. But, yeah, we had a good time. Right. Thanksgiving was nice and easy. How was the crew? How was Thanksgiving on the cruise?
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I mean, we've done this now, I think, 3 times or 4 times where we'll just go for Thanksgiving and go on a cruise. It's just easy.
Yeah.
It's just nice. It's no chaos. Half the time you don't even realize it's Thanksgiving till you wake up and you see all the turkey stuff, on the ship. They had the little ducky turkeys, like the Jeep ducks that everybody kind of hides and puts on, and the Jeep people put on their cars. They had I came out in the morning and on the rim of the elevator. Oh, I will tell you guys something coolest shit I've ever seen. Maybe you guys have seen it, but I've never seen it. It was my first time. But on top of the rim of the elevator, I see there's a duck in a Thanksgiving hat. So I grabbed it, but it's nice and it's simple and everybody has a relaxing time. There's no chaos at the house. There's no 4 days of prepping. 5 days of leftovers, people coming over, cleaning up. It's just a simple time. Now, the coolest thing I saw on this cruise that I've never seen, and I'm going to venture to say this is the future of elevators everywhere, right? So if you've ever been on a cruise, or if even a lobby of a big office building, right? There's usually like 6 elevators. There's 6 or 8 elevators, right? There's 4 on one side, 4 on another, right? And then you hit that button, and then you're playing the game, seeing which one.
Which one's coming? Yeah. Which one?
Right.
So above every elevator is a letter, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? When you go up to any elevator, there's a keypad, and the keypad lights up. It senses when you walk up to you, and it tells you it has all the floors there. So you say floor number 16, and it'll say A because it knows which elevator is coming to you. Then when you go stand outside A and it opens up, you go inside. There's no buttons in the elevator. It already knows where you're going. It already knows where everybody else is going who got in. It's pretty badass. It took us a while to walk in the elevator and not turn around and look for a button because it's like you're so programmed. That's the first thing you do. Yep. You just walk in, the elevator knows where it's going. It was a pretty neat system, man. Everybody just waiting in front of their own elevators, depending on what floor they're going, knowing.
Oh, it probably speeds up time tremendously.
Tremendously.
I have seen that once or twice because Calgary is a big oil and gas town. So if you go into the sort of high-end corporate buildings, they are secure as shit. So like you're not actually getting in the elevator until you're checked in and registered and whatever. And same thing, like you can get in the elevator, but you're only going to one place. Like you can press the buttons. It's not doing anything because you're locked in.
A lot of the casinos hotel keys are like no, dude, your room's on the 37th floor. You're not going to 39. You have no business.
I mean, it makes sense. Like it's the 21st century. Like, know, come on, what are we doing here? We've got computers in our pockets. Like this should be a no-brainer at this point.
It was literally like an AI elevator. There was some really cool features on this cruise. So next to every elevator, there was a big like computer screen, and you could tap it. And if you wanted to figure out how to go somewhere, it would tell you and map it out for you right there. And it does it on your phone too, but it was much cooler than that. But what was really cool, especially if you got kids, is so we all got these little medallions. The medallions now is the thing. It pays for everything. Walking up to my room, I was the last room aft at the butt end of the ship, and it was around a little corner. Before I got to the corner, it said on my screen, "Welcome, Abe Dababneh." So it had already unlocked my door. It sent me coming like 15 feet away.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
Yeah. And the medallions is basically how you get on and off the ship and whatever. But what was cool is if I wanted to know where one of my kids was, I could just go to one of those computers and my medallion, and it says people in your party, and it tells me where they were.
Now that's smart.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So there was some really cool shit I've seen on this cruise I haven't seen on ones before. So we had a little incident with Asher where we thought we lost them. There's a little, yeah. So we kind of had this rule because the older girls have phones. Okay, my son's got a little flip phone that wouldn't work on the ship, but we wouldn't let him take it anyway because he'd lose it in 5 minutes. So the rule of thumb was he always had to be with one of his three
somebody
sisters.
with a phone.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Or they had to know where he was.
Right.
So they had this, this kids club from 7 to whatever, and he knew the schedule. So that's where he really wanted to go most of the time. We had to kind of really force him to have a couple family dinners with us because he'd rather have been in the club room with all his buddies. The dude made like 50 friends. Everybody go, Chris, Bobby, Tammy, like everybody on the ship, right? So it's like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and usually I'll run into them. I'll hear one of them because the kids had their own room, and I'm like, has anybody seen your brother? Well, last I heard, he was going to the pool to meet Petra. Petra, did you see him at the pool? No, I didn't see him at the pool. So like, no one's seen this kid for like 4 hours. So now I go to the terminal, and I see he's in his room. I said, okay, let me just go by and check because me and my wife had to go somewhere. We go by the room.
Medallions there.
Medallions in the phone.
Oh my God.
Not only has no one seen this freaking kid,
Got it, but
His
he
medallion.
can't get back in his room.
Mm.
So now I get all the girls together. We're all doing a ship-wide hunt, going to places where we know he hangs out. Kids' club was closed. He wasn't by the pool. If they fucking had an arcade on this ship, I knew that's where he'd be, but they didn't have one on this ship, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking all over for this fucking kid. And now I'm starting to get worried. And my wife says, what are you worried about? Where he's going to go? I said, this kid's dumb enough that if some old dude says, hey, come to my room, I got a PlayStation in it, he's going to go. And then my wife's like, well, then what he's going to do? He's trapped. He's got nowhere to go. It's called throw him overboard. What the fuck? My head's going like 1,000,000 miles an hour on this shit.
It's called touch him. It's called, a lot of fucking shit.
Well, she said, when he touches him, how is he going to get away with it? He's on the ship. He gets rid of the body. What are you talking about? You never find the kid. I'm sure if you Googled it, people who.
I mean, listen, he is still, even if he doesn't get away with it, I don't want it to fucking happen.
Right.
You know, yeah, let's.
But she felt that that'd be a deterrent, right? So.
Right.
Yeah, she's like, a guy can't get away with it. He's not going to try it, So
we're in the middle of the fucking ocean here.
we go down to the guest services. We start talking to a guy. We tell him the spiel. They start asking us all the questions. What does he look like? What does he, what was he wearing? And they start, like, I guess, they don't tell you what they got. I don't know if they have facial recognition or whatever.
I'm
but
sure they have.
They got cameras
yeah.
always and shit. So we're waiting 10 minutes. Meanwhile, we haven't been able to find him. So he comes back out and he says, is your son's name so-and-so? I said, yeah. He goes, well, he called down here, guest services, which I don't know where he called from. And he said that he's been locked out of his room and he'd like to get another key. And then he said he was on his way down here. I'm like, how long ago is this? It's like 10 minutes. But we see him on one of the hallways. He's on his way down. So this kid's on his way down, don't give a fuck about the world, wants to get his new key so he can get back in his room and go to his club thing. And he walks off the elevator and gets the elevators are like, when you come off and turn left, the whole guest services room. And he sees us all standing there. He's like, bro, what the fuck? Where you been? But yeah, it was our little moment of
Where was he? What did he do?
He was having fun, running around, doing whatever the fuck he was doing. They call it exploring. Who the fuck knows?
Isn't it nice to be a kid and just not give a shit?
Bro.
Right.
No care in the world.
No care in the world.
Just having a good time. I mean, and what's another thing I was thinking about recently too is what we get robbed of old age? Like we take it for granted, but we just get robbed of it. Just a decent night's sleep.
Yeah.
I watched this fucker sleeping in a pretzel position anywhere, on the floor, in a corner. The guy sleeps like a fucking rock. I can't even remember what it's like to sleep like that, to get a night's sleep where you just drop dead and wake up in the morning. It's just mind-blowing.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I'm going to give his kid some credit here. Because you do, one of your big complaints is that, Asher's a little bit aloof to the world.
No, hold on. I said he's far both, and he is very, very smart. And
that's what. Listen, the kid had the wherewithal to say, "Shit, I can't get in my room. Let me go to guest services and get a new key."
That's what I said, bro. Listen to me.
Yeah, I got to give him a little credit here.
On the first day, he was looking for us, and he came to the room and found us. Like, how'd you know you're here? It's like, I scanned my pass. He was the first kid to figure that out. He is very, very, very savvy. It's just common sense stuff. He just can't.
Yeah, street sense.
Yeah, but no, the guy managed himself, called guest services, figuring his own shit out. No problem to the world.
Wow.
It's like an episode.
Some other 11-year-old kid locks his kid out of the room. He's dying to find his parents to figure it out.
Exactly.
Good for he's like, fuck everybody. I'm gonna figure this out.
I'm telling you, he was Macaulay Culkin for the afternoon. He was home alone and having a good time on a cruise.
Why are you guys worried? Everything was fine. I had it handled.
Right. I had it under control. Yeah.
No big deal. No big deal, Dad. Why are you making it such a big deal? It's like,
literally,
just wait.
Did you check the ship?
One day
we're getting off for that 4 hours. Who knows what he bought?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what's really nice is now they have things where you can control what they can get and what they can't get. It's the limits.
Oh, nice.
Right? Yes,
that's good.
They've gotten. I mean, listen. My first cruise. It's really funny. I think my dad took our family on our first cruise. I was 15. I wasn't driving yet. So I was 15 years old. This is the cruise. If you heard the story where I almost got thrown in the brig. So literally. You guys never heard this story?
No.
Oh, fucking great story.
This is a good story.
But
go ahead.
This is my dad's first cruise. And, I'm telling you, the ship that we went on, I mean, the company's no longer in business, but believe it or not, it was called the Carib. And it's probably the size of some of the escape boats on some of these ships now these days. I mean, it was like a tiny cruise. Big to us. We've never been on a ship. Took us forever to figure it out. So, 15 years old, 1972, 1982. This is 1987, 88 probably. Somewhere 87, 88. And I'm 15 years old. Now, mind you, I'm 15 years old. I'm about 6 feet. And at that point, I think I'm a sophomore. I'm probably weighing about 270, 260 pounds.
Damn.
I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
So I'm totally a grown man. So we go on this cruise, And one of the shirts I had was a Northwestern shirt. So everybody just presumed I was in college playing for Northwestern. I ran with it. Fuck it. I'm 50 years old. So I just want to mind you, I'm literally hanging out with 30, 35, 40-year-old adults. I'm a 15-year-old kid this whole trip. Okay. And there's this raft, and it's still there. It's pretty famous in St. Thomas. It's called the Kon-Tiki Party Raft. And it's just basically known that everybody who comes off this raft is butt-fuck obliterated. Like toast. It's a glass bottom boat. They got steel drums. They take you out to look at the coral reef on the glass bottom. They have rum that you could drink, rum punch. But on the ride back, they just leave the fucking bottles out. And everybody's just drinking to oblivion. And everybody comes off this ship wasted. So all I know is, and you know, my dad had one room for the whole family, right? So we actually had a really small cabin with the window, and my parents slept on the beds that fold down like this, right? And there's 2 bunk beds that fold down for the other 2 people. I was too big to sleep on one of those.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we bought in a roller, so I literally had to sleep on a roller in between my mother and father on this ship. Okay, so we come back off this boat, and by this time my shoes are off. Some lady plays a joke on me, steals my shoes. I'm overreacting. And you know, this, and we're making a scene coming off the boat. We're making a scene coming back on the ship. And, you know, back then it was just easy. You kind of just walked on the ship and showed them your card. Yeah. Now it's the whole process, man. They face ID you coming on and off. It's not that easy. So, and we're just making a ruckus. Now we come on the ship. I go to my right, and we're loud as fuck. And I plop down on the first sun deck chair I could find. Just plop down, put my head back, and passed out. I should have just passed out. I would have been fine. But then some lady says something, is the one that stole my shoes. And of course, I then get up, start being loud and yelling at her and say, nah, you took them, you were fucking with me. But loud. And there's a crowd of people around us because everybody's watching this drunk fest of people on a ship. And from the deck above, all I hear is, Abe! It's my dad.
Uh-oh.
Now, normally when you're drunk,
did he use your full government name or just your
No, he just shouted Abe in a real quick, short way. And normally when you're drunk as a teenager and you run into your parents, it's a very sobering moment, right?
Oh yeah.
You're like,
the adrenaline sobers you up very quickly.
Nah, man, I was beyond that.
You
My reaction was, Rise! What's up, Rise? I just started fucking like, you know, happy. So I just ignore him. I keep going. And let me just tell you something. The next thing I know, I see the people that were all surrounded by where we're sitting just part. And my mom and dad walk up to me. My dad looks at me and literally shakes his head and walks away. Like I said, fuck him. Leave him. Let him go there. You know, let him fucking throw up. Let him roll off the ship. He didn't give a fuck. Fuck him. My mom can't do that.
Yeah.
So my mom literally walks up. And, you know, I'm 260 pounds. My mom at the time is probably 130, 140, little petite woman. She's trying to manage me. Okay. Now, this is a smaller ship. So by this time, the ship starts a little rocking. My poor mom can't control me. I'm knocking people over. I'm knocking people downstairs, bro. I mean, just couldn't walk straight. I mean, it was tough enough sober, but I'm drunk off my ass. They finally come to my mom and they said, they tell her, you know, we got to put him in the brig. This guy's a danger to, you know, people on the ship. And my mom begged them not to put me in the brig. So they literally, I don't remember any of this at this point. The last thing I remember is literally knocking somebody down the stairs on accident. What I understood is they took me through the walkways that only the staff walk on the ship. And they managed to get me back to my room. They threw me down on a cot, and then that was it. I wake up the next morning from a complete, utter pass out, realizing I'm sleeping on my dad's bed. My dad's sleeping on the middle cot. I look up, and my brother's on the bunk bed up, and all I could see is him looking at me. It's probably like 7 a.m. You are so fucked. Literally what he said to me. Man, I get up. No, my dad wasn't even in the cot. He was gone. I get up. I get dressed quietly. I leave the room. And then I find him at breakfast. And, you know, he wasn't wrong. Starts giving me the lecture of, you know, bro, you're going to college in 2 years. What do you want me to think now? You couldn't handle yourself on a cruise for a week, getting all drunk and whatever. And I said, look, I'm sorry, but it's a learning experience or whatever. And he wasn't that bad about it, and he wasn't that mad about it after the fact. He just was more concerned about future judgments I may make based on that performance.
You embarrassed them,
Quiet dad lectures are always a lot more impactful than yelling dad lectures, because the whole time you're just like, I let my dad down.
It's only because it happened the next morning. Let me tell you something. If there wasn't about 200 witnesses around me, that would have been a different conversation right then and there in the moment. I'm going to tell you that right now. That was a very, very different.
There's no switches to cut on the ship. That's all I got to say. There's no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm curious. Alan said that you can't get rid of people on a ship. Good. I bet you every year there are people who disappear from a cruise.
Abe, I think the stats are like, and I'm gonna get it wrong, but it's like 0.3 people per cruise go missing. Like I remember reading that. Yeah. Like if you look at all the, it's a lot. It's way more than you would think it is. And the cruise ships keep it real quiet. I mean, a lot of the times they pick the people up, but it's people get drunk and the railings are only. Oh, wow. They're not like Vegas railings, right? So like it doesn't take much for, like you said, a ship lists, you're hammered, you step the wrong way and you're falling 15 decks.
Yeah. I gotta believe you're a real retard if you accidentally fall off the ship. You gotta be doing some really stupid shit, because you can go over if you want to, but I mean they're like this high. I mean, you gotta be doing something stupid to fall off. Yeah.
People do stupid shit all the time, right?
But I wonder how many people, as opposed to, because look, what people don't realize is if you go overboard, and even if someone sees it right away, it's not always that easy to be found.
Oh no! Oh my God! Like daytime, it'd be hard to find you.
Yes, the ship is cruising.
Yeah.
And then there's drifts, and you're drifting in God knows what direction, and the ship can't come back and looking for you, so they got to drop boats that are on water level that are going to be looking for you out there. So even if you know that you fell off the side of a big cruise liner right away, it's still not always guaranteed you're going to get found. So that within itself.
So there's no clear database, but the numbers say about 20 people a year go overboard.
There you go.
Wow, I didn't realize
that's a lot of people. I mean,
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I know.
I know there's a lot of cruises, but that's a lot of people. 20 people a year.
I remember looking that up when I was looking at cruises, because I've never been on a cruise, but that kind of shit. Look, I don't want to be in open water. No, I've seen too many movies about people in open water. No, thanks.
Now, what I'm more curious about, right, is I wonder of those 20, how many people went overboard being drunk, stupid, they found them.
Oh, sure. Right.
And how many they disappeared from a cruise altogether. Nobody knows what happened.
Nobody knows what happened.
Because that's a different story there.
Yeah.
Well, to answer his original question, it would not be very difficult, and I don't want to encourage this, but it would not be difficult at all for somebody to get thrown overboard at 2 a.m. And if it's the middle of the night on a cruise ship, they're gone. And
there's a documentary on Netflix. It's like what happened to Amy something, and it's literally this. She was on a cruise and disappeared.
Oh, wow.
And
it was a blind spot of a corner where there wasn't a camera, and so they have no idea. They didn't even see her go overboard. They just know that she went overboard between this time and this time. That's it. That's all they had.
Alan, 20 is a lot.
Wow.
20 is a lot, bro.
It's a lot when it's completely avoidable.
Yes.
Like there's no reason anyone should ever.
Well, and you got to remember how many. It's a lot less people.
You ready for a stat? A stat? According to Cruise Lines International Associated (CLIA) data from 2009 to 2019, there were 212 documented man overboard incidents on cruise ships.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait a minute. In that period, only 48 of those people were reported rescues.
Yeah, there you go.
Out of 212.
It's really hard. People don't realize it. And there's swells. You're not seeing ahead. You're not seeing nothing on ground level. People don't realize it.
And that's assuming you ain't getting swept right under the boat.
Yeah. Look, if you've never been in open water before, and I've been in open water, it's an incredibly sobering experience. And this is in like normal, relatively good temperature, open water. It is terrifying how quickly you're like, I am fucked. Like I have nothing to hold on to. I have to tread water for maybe 10 hours.
And you don't have the same kind of loft.
No.
That you do like in a pool.
No.
You're like, oh, I could tread water in a pool, no problem, bro. It's different in the ocean. It's like it's like nothing.
The swells are deeper than a pool.
I remember the first time I did open water diving, and I'm a pretty good swimmer. I'm not an amazing swimmer, but I'm a very good swimmer. And I was just treading water, and water was coming, and this is calm water, and water would come over my head, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm treading. Nope, waves would just go over my head, and there was nothing I could do about it. I'm like, this is calm, normal water. If this was even moderately swell water, I would be constantly taking water in my mouth from, like, because you can't help it.
Right. No life
crazy.
Jacket, no nothing, man. It's tough. It's tough to get rescued, man. It really is. Now, Gary, what I've said is my rule of thumb is, and this is when people go like fishing here in Florida, they do a lot or whatever. I'll never go on a boat where I can't see land. Like these people like casually go out here in the Atlantic or whatever, because if for whatever reason you go down, you just want the hope that you just know which way land is, right? I'm not going to make it. I'm going to die, but at least I'm dying in the right direction, right? But hey, I don't trust boating. Like these people who go from here to the Bahamas all the time, fuck that. I mean, I grew up in Chicago. People got lost on a lake, Michigan. Right?
Every time I read these stories, Abe, of guys who go on a diving thing and then they come back and they just forgot them, like, yeah, I'm not into that. A big cruise liner, you got tons of lifeboats, you got satellite, you got nav. Chances are, if the ship's going down, you're getting rescued.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. If the ship's going down, at least they know the general search area. But like you said, if you go overboard, they have no idea where you are.
And that's also why I'll never do a transatlantic cruise like Fred Rui. Fuck that. First off, like 8-9 days at sea of just not doing anything, or 12 days at sea is insane. But what happens when you go down in the middle of the Atlantic?
You die.
I mean, there's no one close by.
I agree.
Have you ever been?
The ship I was on was 5,000 people. What's rescuing 5,000 people from the middle of the Atlantic?
Have you ever been in like not like Arctic water, but have you ever been in like cold water before, Abe? Like
no. I don't even fucking go cold water in my shower.
Wait. When you say cold, what do you mean? What do you like
Atlantic, like Atlantic level or northern level
water? Yeah. The coldest water I've ever been.
Oh, you mean like physically in? I was gonna say, like, Abe, you took an Alaska cruise. You were in some fucking. But you're talking about
no, but he means physically, like your body.
I mean physically in the water, because it is. I did some rescue stuff when I was doing some ice climbing and rock climbing, and one of the things is you did open water, like lake water rescue. It is. I cannot tell you physiologically what happens to you when you fall in cold water. You almost immediately start.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah. I do cold plunges at the sauna. Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Your breath immediately leaves your body. No,
you have no control over that whatsoever.
Yes.
You almost immediately go into hypothermic shock. Like it's instantaneous. And you think about like, okay, well now you got to tread water in freezing temperature water. It's hard pass. Terrifying.
I don't know, but like in my mind, the middle of the Atlantic, even in summer, in my mind, I could be wrong because I didn't go in. Well, if it's anything like the shore was, let me just tell you something. We're in Turks, right? Grand Turk.
Right.
And it's summer. Well, it's not summer, actually. It's November. But it's hot down there. It's hot as hell. That water is cold to go in.
Yeah.
It ain't warm water. I mean, you get used to it and it feels refreshing after a little bit. But it's the slow testicle walk into the water, man, because it's cold.
When we were in Ocean City, New Jersey in August, the damn ocean was cold. It was
there you go. That's a good example. And
it's nowhere near what we're talking about, but
right. And on the beach. Imagine in the middle of fucking ocean.
Because especially like I said, even jumping in a cold plunge. Well, my feet are on the floor. I don't have to tread any,
Right.
You're going in that shock and you still got to keep your head above water. No,
yeah, I've done we do rapid. I've done rapids here a few times, and of course you wear life jacket and stuff. But if you've ever fallen into rapids water, I mean, like you just like I'm a very cool under fire and disaster guy, but man, oh man, is it hard to keep your lizard brain intact when you fall in water like that, because every part of your body and your brain just freak right out, and like you just all sense of normality goes right out the window, and you just start panicking and freaking out. And yeah, it's not good.
Ooh.
Especially with rapids water, especially if you fall and you get that rush up the nose.
Yeah.
And it really, no, it's
2 out of 10 would not
water.
recommend.
Yeah, water is not something to play with.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ocean scares me. I don't even like, even on the beach. First off, I seldom go to the beach, but even on the beach, I don't like go past where I could stand. Just high. That's it.
I wish my kids didn't like the ocean, honestly.
I
just wish they didn't like
it.
it. I just wish, Carmine loves going out in the water, the ocean.
They
I just
love
wish
it
he
too.
did. I
They'll
know.
go surfing, and I don't care for it.
I have zero fun on the beach because
Me too.
where's he at? Too far? How is he? Is it drip? You know what I mean? All
With
that.
kids, you have no fun on the beach. My wife used to never go to the beach when the kids were
anxiety.
young. It's always terror on the beach. Yeah. Stats again.
Just a side note, no relevance at all, but something that I did not realize worked as well as it does. Tech side note: have you ever used the search function in your pictures?
Yeah, like the Google Lens or whatever.
No, well, I'm talking iPhone. Abe,
I think so. I think your wife taught me how to do that.
Oh, like in your own
recently?
in your own catalog.
Yeah,
or whatever.
in your I mean, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Apple Intelligence has really gone for that. Like I could, I was looking for one of my watches, and I said, let me try. I typed in tutor, and it pulled up the tutor. Like it's really good, Abe. It's really good. If you're trying to find some shit and you got something that like it's really good.
To the point where I type in Nicaragua in my, I have an Android, but I type in Nicaragua. Not only does it pick up all my pictures from Nicaragua, it'll pull up cigars that are Nicaraguan cigars.
Right.
And I'm like,
telling you, man.
How
dude. The Apple Intelligence is really, really, right, Abe?
Spooky.
You think like spooky.
But, they got these big,
No, it's just funny because I just typed in the word tattoo. Because I'm always looking for my before and after tattoo of my calf, because when people see it and I tell them that it was updated.
Yeah.
It just pulled up every picture with somebody with a tattoo in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what? You can probably type in Abe leg tattoo and it'll just pull up leg tattoo.
Yeah.
I didn't go that far. And sure enough, I mean, look.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you,
that's what it was after being, I don't know, 15 years old, shoddy, crapped out, shitted out tattoo. And then after this artist did it.
Oh, you got it touched up?
Oh yeah, I had it redone. This was the redo.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah, the guy did a great job.
Good color work.
Yeah, he did a great job.
I was just looking at that Alan's comment, 1.7. But one death is still too many.
Why?
The way I would look at that.
Where was Alan?
Yeah, it should be 0.
It should be 0. That's my point. Yeah.
1.7.
How many people go missing off an airplane, right?
Okay, well,
yeah, exactly. You're not talking like the ship went down and people died.
Yeah.
Right? That's the perfect analogy.
One is too many. It should be 0. It should be 0. Yeah.
It should be 0.
You can't minimize that, is what I'm saying. I get it's a low statistic, and there's always, but it's something that could be totally avoidable. You know what I'm saying?
It shouldn't happen at all.
It shouldn't happen at all. Yeah.
Alex, am I still on like Zoom compared to everybody?
Yeah, you just zoomed in.
Oh, you are. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Well, I was.
Yeah.
I'm sure people got sick of looking at my face that big.
Was there any lounge or anything on the cruiser?
Fucking first, I'm gonna tell you something. First ship in a long time.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I don't. No, go ahead.
Well, now I'm curious. What the fuck?
No, I'm just. Let me see. Yeah, okay, 31 million people a year. Yeah, it's one. But do you want to be one of those 20, Alan? I'm just like,
it's not even 20 here. Hold on, it's not even 20 according to your stats.
No, about 20 a year go over per year.
Yeah.
Well, what was it?
It's still way too many.
That was over a 10-year period, and in that 10-year period of 212 people, only 48 of them.
I mean,
were
if you're
actually
driving a car, it's a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm going with. This is completely avoidable.
Yeah, there's no reason. What would you mention, John, that I was going to talk about?
What was the lounge situation like on the
first
boat?
First cruise in a long time that didn't have a cigar lounge, so it's a little bit Disappointed.
Was this
Wait.
was this Disney?
No.
Now, let me ask you a question, Abe. On these cruises, can you smoke on your balcony?
No.
You can't.
Did you smoke on your balcony?
Fuck yeah.
Did you?
Okay. Yeah.
So first off, the real key to that is, and I've been lucky now, it's like the second or third cruise I've been at. I'm the last cabin on the aft.
Oh, that's nice.
Right. So
when I'm smoking, it's fucking
Yeah, it's going
going
yeah.
out. See, it's
Good
not
luck
going.
complaining about that.
It's not going in 20 rows of cabins next to me. You know.
Right.
So especially as long as you're not static and you're moving and you're on the aft smoking, ain't nobody gonna fucking nobody bother you. So so this is the first one in a long time that I didn't have a lounge, but I will give them credit, okay, because I've been on ships that didn't have, well, no, even NCL who had a lounge, they have a smoking section for people because the lounges won't allow people to smoke cigarettes. Okay, because they don't want every cigarette smoker on a ship.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, and it's really funny. I don't care what ship you're on, even if it's a completely non-smoking ship nowhere. Do you know where you can always smoke?
Casino.
In the casino playing slots.
But you know, that's like.
See, that's interesting.
But that's not
utter
fun.
bullshit.
That's not,
They're completely wide open and the smoke is getting everywhere.
But you know what I say about that is, like, I hear people say you could do that in Vegas. That's not a smoking lounge experience for me. It's like that's how I get a cigarette in or something like that.
I'm talking for the people who. There's a lot of people on the ship who smoke cigarettes. For people who want to sneak a cigarette, but they tell you have to be playing a slot. But people,
exactly,
they act like they're watching somebody else play a slot.
You know what's funny about that, Abe? If you come to a casino in Alberta, most of the casinos are on First Nations land, right? So they can set whatever rules they want. And there's people smoking cigarettes all over the place because they allow for it. If you light up a cigar, security will be on you in 10 seconds flat.
Really?
Yeah. They'll shut that and they'll shut it down immediately.
Yeah.
Because they say the smoke is somehow offensive, and I'm like, says
it's
who?
the same thing in Atlantic City now. You can smoke a cigar at the bar. You have to smoke a cigar 10 feet from the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
You can smoke cigarettes at the bar, but you got to smoke a cigar 10 feet from the bar.
It's getting harder and harder to smoke cigars in these casinos. I'll tell people.
Imagine
it's going to be gone in a
cigarettes,
few
not
years.
cigars.
It's going to be gone from the casinos in a few years.
Well, back to my point. So they don't allow cigarette smoking in the cigar lounge typically, and where they have it, I've been on ships, is one spot, way in the fucking back corner somewhere outside. Right. There's no chairs. There's no chairs. Not even a bench. Sometimes a post, like you're the dregs of humanity, like you're the lowest form of life.
Everybody just standing around smoking their cigarettes.
Nothing is accommodating. Nothing is accommodating. This ship had 3 places you could smoke cigars: back, middle, and front. And let me tell you something. I would go to the one up front, right next to the bar. The bar was right here, and they had some glass panes, and this was smoking. They had lounge chairs. They had couches. They had windproof ashtrays all over the place. So they made it really friendly and accommodating if you were a smoker on this ship. So I got to give them kudos to that.
So they didn't have quote unquote a lounge, but they had nice.
Yes,
it
wasn't right next to the bar. I could hear the live music.
Yep.
You know, right around the edge on the side. But it was nice. It was very, very accommodating, and I got to give them kudos to that.
I'm with Coop. If I'm there, I don't want to be standing on the deck somewhere. I want to be sitting in a comfortable chair, preferably near the bar.
Now, what really pissed me off is there was a couple times I'd go down there to have a short smoke, and I'd say this area that I was in the aft could comfortably hold 30, 35 people. Okay, 20, 25. But when you're talking 5,000 people, this cruise had 5,000. There's a lot of smokers. Okay.
Sure.
And I would come in there and they would have single seats. They'd have little block cubes. They have some sun deck chairs and some like 2 people sofa chairs. Right. There's 2 or 3 people motherfucking passed out, taking naps, sleeping in these fucking chairs. This ain't a fucking sun deck place. Fucking go have your cigarette and get the fuck out. Go sun deck. You're taking up fucking 4 seats sitting there, passed out, sleeping there. I so wanted to wake them up and say, what universe are you existing in right now? This is fucking hot real estate, man. You want to take a nap? Go fucking take a nap in the 8,000 other chairs that are out there. Get the fuck up and let people have a seat because there were times where there really was no seats and you'd have to stand up and have a cigar or have a cigarette or whatever you're trying to enjoy. And a lot of those times it's because people are passed out, lounging, hours probably sitting in these chairs. Well, for the longest time,
Yeah, they are.
Well, now it's been for a while, right? You can't smoke at any of the tables. So for some reason,
That's right.
they'll let the slot people do it all day long. And I don't know why they feel it's any different, because the guy sitting next to you at the slot, well, I guess because they have non-smoking slot rooms, but the guy sitting here is almost equidistant if you're sitting with somebody at the table, right? Yeah. But poker rooms have always been non-smoking since the beginning. I've never seen a poker room that's allowed smoking.
Which is hilarious, because you talk about, where do I want to smoke? I want to smoke at a poker table. Like, of all the places I want to smoke, I want to play
where
poker.
You can literally sit for 3 hours, 4 hours playing.
I don't want to sit in some upright casino chair, like pretending to play a slot. I do that in the airport. I'll put, like, at the Vegas airport, I'll put like $50 and smoke in there because I wanna. But I don't. If I'm in Vegas, I don't want to do that. And I've been going to Vegas on and off for about 20 years, and I'm telling you, it's changed so much.
So much.
You look at the cigar events aren't even, or most of them are now outdoors. We got to have these cigar events now. We used to be able to have them inside a lot of these casinos.
The Great Smoke, still indoors.
It's going to be gone. I'm telling you, it's going to be gone.
Yeah, kudos to you to be able to keep that going, because, like, I know you talk about it every time, how it's become more difficult every year to find the right partner. And it doesn't surprise me. I mean, people don't realize it's just incremental inches of taking away the opportunity to smoke in venues just every single year. And Vegas is a prime example.
And Preston's point's right. There's already smoke-free casinos popping up
on
property. And he's going to,
I think our geography just makes us lucky, look, cigars are part of the economy of Florida, so we get a little, but if Smoke Inn is located in North Carolina, guess what? We're probably ordering tents for Great Smoke.
Chicago.
But luckily it's kind of part of the culture here.
We are blessed for our relationship with the fairgrounds.
And
it really is.
We really are. And they love our event. That's the nice part. For them, it's just not another event. They actually enjoy it.
Which in reality, right? And a lot of people probably don't realize this, is peanuts for them.
For them, peanuts.
For our event, peanuts. These guys put on weekly, Barrett Jackson.
Well, it's gotten more than peanuts over the last few years.
It's gotten, but still, I mean, for what it is,
more respectful. Because you've gone into the building and whatever.
I know, but listen, what my point, they ain't making Barrett Jackson money off us, but Alex and those guys take care of us and enjoy the event, or part of the event, and so no, credit to one, being in Florida, and two, having that relationship, which was a little rocky for a while too. We weren't sure,
Well, that one year, that we had that big problem with the concession people caused us.
Him and the girl wasn't much help either.
Yeah.
No, right? I think she was on her side, but she's gone now, and
right.
Everything seems to be back to normal. So. Speaking of PCA, is it back in Vegas next year?
No. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Sorry, Coop.
Yep. It was that's right.
Yep.
We were just.
Yeah, that's why the PCA hates it when Coop and I, when they do the media session, the first question we ask is, where's the next two events? And they're like, you guys ask it. It's like, look, man, this is important information. We need to know where it is, when it is, exact dates, exact venue. It's critical for us to understand where and when. At least 2 years in advance is ideal. So we, to their credit, we do know the next 2 years, probably the next 3 realistically, but it's New Orleans and then
they're
Vegas
going to this on and off pattern. I think for the next 10 years, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be in Vegas, New Orleans. We're going to be doing on and off, which.
But at least it's, it's a change from the way it was kind of in the 2010s to whatever, is that, at least we know more than a year in advance. Okay, the venue's going to change for 2017. Okay, well, we know at least, it's not going to be a surprise. Well, to anyone who's paying attention, it's not going to be a surprise. To anyone who's reading Cigar Coop, it's not going to be a surprise.
Right.
I'm sorry. I had a little fire at one of our retail stores. The PCA is still in New Orleans next year, or is it back at Vegas?
New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah. Two, right?
Yeah, they're trying to do 2 years on, 2 years off.
Right.
But wasn't it last? Okay, I'm sorry. I know this coming year's in New Orleans. I meant after that. Sorry.
Yeah,
Vegas
2017.
Yeah. It's funny because my dad, who usually goes, he went last year. He goes, nah, I had enough of New Orleans. When it's back at Vegas, let me know.
The interesting thing is the Vegas one in 2027 is early March, which I think is a terrible.
It's a terrible time.
Terrible
We're
time.
We're going to lose Aaron. We're going to lose.
Wait, do they already have a date?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like March 7th in 27. Yeah, they have to get these dates ahead in Vegas now because otherwise they can't get the space.
Oh, that's a big
And
thing
I, and
for
I
us.
suspect 2018 is probably going to be the same thing. It's going to be early mid-March in Vegas.
I don't know
and,
the 28 date.
No, we don't have the date, but that's just kind of extrapolating. Yeah.
I say the trade show is one snowstorm away from collapsing at that time of the year. You just get one
Well,
late winter.
how many
storm.
times does it happen, right?
Yeah, I've listen. When I used to do with CES, I saw it happen. So it
I
will.
was
It,
fine
Give me a
with it.
minute. Can I have a minute? Because this kid's annoying me. Alan, okay, great point. Whatever. Here, okay, I'll use your same statistical data, right? There's 30 casinos on the strip. If 3 of them are non-smoking, that's 10% of casinos on the strip that are non-smoking.
he's in denial of what's happening.
So yeah, whatever the cigar revenue is good. It's only as good as the market's willing to allow it. And unfortunately, if the public and the complaint continues to go to cigar smoking, the revenue will be better to lose the cigar smoking than sell the little bit of cigars that they sell on the floor.
Yeah.
If it was that good, no casino would have banned smoking. They all would have continued to sell cigars on the floor, but it clearly made sense to get rid of the cigars for those particular casinos. So again, if you want to use your 1 and 1.7, well, 10% of the casinos on the strip don't allow smoking in Vegas. Sorry, guys, continue.
Well, not only that, the casinos that do allow it, there's a lot less space to do it.
Correct.
I mean, you could just look at the Venetian, and Palazzo is a great example of that.
Yeah.
Over the years.
And the problem is it's infectious, right? 3 casinos, then it's 5 casinos, then it's 10 casinos, and this is what's been happening every year. There's 1 or 2 extra casinos that are like reduced. It starts with reduced smoking areas and then no smoking areas, and it's just the last 8 years. Every single year, we've seen incremental decreases in the ability to smoke anywhere.
Things like the Davidoff Golden Band Awards and things like that used to be held in the casino, the convention center conference room. Gone. You can't do that now. We have to have all of our smoking events on the show floor for a reason, because there's no place to smoke.
Yep.
So it's getting more and more, is what I know.
It's not. I mean, it's not. Look, it's just going to get worse. Like there's no end in sight. It's going to incrementally get worse until one day you wake up, and the only place you can smoke in Vegas is at the cigar lounges that are available or outside.
Do you know, I once had a room booked at the Mirage, right, for a non-cigar event, and I booked I always booked a smoking room. I get to and it was I got there, and the policy had changed 2 days beforehand, and my smoking room was now a non-smoking room.
Really?
Now I will say this: they were willing to grandfather the room for me, which was very nice of them. So they did say that because I wasn't they didn't notify, and I had specifically booked the smoking room. But they said, well, after this, you're not going to have a smoking room anymore at the Mirage. So things change, and I like having a smoking room. I do like having a smoking room.
Sure.
Yep.
I'm still moving it to the beginning of March.
I mean, look, Coop and I have done hours in this.
For me.
It's such a terrible.
Wait,
I would rather. You know what? I'll say this.
PCA.
I'd rather you go back to July and August than March.
You just caught that?
Well, you said New Orleans. I knew it was still. I didn't realize it was March.
No, that's this year, but they're moving it in 27 to March 7th.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's early March. Yeah,
I know
approximately March. Yeah, March.
I know who probably won't be going to PCA that year.
No,
it's really bad for media people.
Yeah,
but
who do things
gonna
like Pro
put a toll
Cigar
on
and
manufacturers.
all the festivals
yes,
are
it
in
is.
late February, and that's a huge problem they're creating with that.
That's what you don't think of. It's not just me; it's the
It's the
manufacturer.
manufacturers.
These guys
too.
are going to get back to Vegas, and then 2 weeks later want to do the Great Smoke.
That might be the first trade show I might skip. I haven't decided right now, because it is also on my day job, the end of my fiscal year. It's a tough time to do this, so this may be the first one I miss.
Actually, that's a good point, Coop. My work, January, February, and part of March is the busiest time of year for us.
Yeah.
So it's tough, man. I got a
It's
day
gonna
job.
be one of those, Abe. We're gonna have to really press like, hey, send your shit early. So all you got to do is show. We know you're coming out of PCA. All you got to do is show up. Send your shit. I didn't even. Yeah, that's gonna be a tricky one.
Yep.
It's going to be a tricky one with manufacturers, even just wanting to show up.
Right.
It's really going to be problematic.
Should talk about it after the break.
March 5th to March 8th are the dates. There you go. There you go.
Like I said, I would rather you do it in July or August. honestly.
I was fine with the summer. I was all bullshit to change it anyway.
Yeah,
All
and
they did was
28
call-
and 28 is the same deal. Third
Yeah,
to
there
the
you go.
sixth. So
Wait, hold on. The 28th is what?
PCA 2028 Vegas, March 3rd to 6th.
Told you.
So the
Wow.
next 2 years, they're moving into early, like after next year, early March. That is absolutely going to suck. I don't care. I know all these people wanted it earlier in the year. I don't think people wanted it in early March.
Nope.
So for 27, we got to look at hopefully March 27th, the last Saturday in March. And in 20.
Oh, for the Great Smoke.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
in 28, what did you say it was in 28th?
3rd to the 6th.
3rd to the 6th. So yeah, we would be looking at the 25th.
Yeah.
Like I
Right.
said, I do appreciate that these dates are available in advance because, we have lots of time to talk about it and strategize. So that's a massive improvement. But yeah, early March is terrible. Terrible time.
It's terrible. Like I said, and you still can get a late winter storm that time of the year.
Oh, easily.
So, and that's kind of like, I know you can't like plan for that, but it's a risk.
I mean, look, it wasn't that long ago, Coop, when we went in for the TPE and we came in early because we were smart. And everyone who came in the sort of morning of, I think we saw like 25% of people got delays from weather.
Yep. And it just takes 1 or 2 airports in the country for it to happen. It doesn't have to be your airport, but if Chicago goes down, New York goes down,
Yep. Atlanta.
not for Charlotte, forget it. You just wouldn't be a flight out of Charlotte if that happened.
All right. Well, let's stop here real quick now that I've sent all my messages to the next fucking 27, 28 TGS. Jesus Christ. We're going to take a quick break, everybody. We'll be right back in a quick minute. Keep it lit. Honest Abe here with the GOAT to tell you about Smokin's Cigar of the Month Club. Alex, tell our fans out there why our club is the best darn club out there.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you why. Because every month I personally handpick 5 premium cigars. No filler, no fluff, no fugazis. These are all premium handmade name brands that you can find in any brick and mortar store in your area. All delivered to your door for $34.95. And our average monthly retail value since the inception of our club has been almost $57. Another great feature of our Cigar of the Month Club, Alex, tell them about the ease of our Cigar of the Month Club. I'll tell you, I hate subscription services. It's always a pain to cancel them, turning them on. We've made it super simple. All you gotta do is log into your account. There's a little green button there. If it's green, you're active. You want to take a break, you're going out of town, simply hit the button and you'll deactivate your membership. Want to turn it back on? The exact same easy process. You can turn it right back on. We've made it that easy for you. Another great feature is our Double Down Club. Alex, tell them about the Double Down Club. We had so many of our members reach out to us who really enjoyed our selections every month. They wanted to know there was a way they can get two. And we've made that very simple. With a simple check mark, you can get double this great selections every month and save $10. Does our club have perks? Of course you have perks. You want to tell them about the perks? As a member of our club, every month there's a special discount code where if you like any of the selections, we will offer them to you, so you want to come and get some more, you can get them at a special discounted rate for our Cigar of the Month Club members. And finally, expedited shipping. Tell them how fast we get the stuff out, Alex. We get the stuff out on the 28th of every month. Our membership bills on the 28th, and we get every member's package out on the 28th if it's a shipping day. 5 great reasons on what makes Smoking Cigar of the Month Club the best club out there. Check it out. Peace. Hey, I really appreciate you doing the video with me. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. I mean, you didn't let me get a word in, but whatever.
What?
Well, great. It's perfect.
All right, welcome back to hour 2 of KMA Talk Radio. We're here with the gang, as always. Before the break, we were talking about the new PCA dates. Really wild. That's going to really mess us up. I've already sent like a bunch of messages during the commercials.
I verified it on another website too to check and the dates are correct. So I want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, if it's going to be early March.
Halfwheel said it, so.
Yeah, if it's early March in 27, it just stands to reason that that's probably going to be because they have to book multi-year with the venue. So it makes sense that the timing is going to be consistent for at least 2 years in a row. So, that's the way multi-year deals work, unfortunately.
Interesting, really.
Yep.
Well, our man Alex must be taking a long deuce because I'm sure he's listening, but I would start the Name That Jam, but
he's got that one.
He's got some weird stuff set up.
I love that.
Yeah.
I've really been enjoying the AI interpretation of the lyrics in the song. It definitely makes it way harder.
Way harder.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned about not going to the PCA potentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you guys, but do you guys get sponsorships for going?
Yeah,
so it'll cover a lot of your expenses.
We have to.
Some of the expenses, not all the expenses.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. How imperative do you feel that coverage is to your site, you being there? Because you can still do coverage of PCA stuff without there.
Yeah.
So,
if I don't go, the Coop team will be there. So that's not really an issue. We do feel we need to be there. So that's not the issue.
So you feel that being there is imperative to
I do
the relevance of what you guys do.
Yes, but I know one thing: we are not doing the same level of coverage or the same type of coverage that we did last year because the team got burnt out. We got burnt out, and that can't happen. I knew
that was going to happen because we talked about it. I knew it was going to happen. It's the balancing the desire to want to cover everything with the reality of it's just physically impossible to deliver the coverage to get the majority of the trade show. It's just impossible.
And there's a lot of other sources the coverage come from right now. And I'm not just talking cigar media. So it's like, we have to evolve with that. And we're going to make some changes. I think that will differentiate us next year, which is good. But we're not we did 90 booths and interviews and video. That is not happening. I can promise. We're going to try to push a lot more of the coverage beforehand this year.
How much of that do you feel was really imperative to cover? Do you look back on it and say, wow, we really didn't need to cover that?
Absolutely. We didn't need to cover a lot of that.
Yeah,
a lot of people wanted it. It's funny. We had a lot of people we go there and they want a video and stuff, and and we acquiesced it, but we can't do that anymore. So there's other ways we're gonna kind of give people coverage, but we just can't. We actually thought by splitting up into 2 teams that we would be more effective, and we did cover more ground, but I don't think numbers wise it added up for us.
No,
we didn't get twice the numbers. So
no, I mean, I don't want to throw small companies under the bus because it's important to cover the small companies, but it's such a diminishing return. And Coop and I have talked about this every year endlessly, but like you get your top 10%, and that's 70-80% of your coverage, and then everything you get after that is just a diminished. Like you're talking 1% of your coverage.
Yeah, and when we have to beg a company to share what we covered on social media, just share it is all we're asking.
Yeah.
Like one share is all you need to do. We've taken a lot of time to do this. We kind of just say, oh, we can't force them to do it. And if they don't want to do it, that's fine. But then we have to reevaluate whether it's worth us doing. And we're not seeing it worth us doing. Because when someone shares it, we get so much more reach of people we don't have reach to.
Sure.
So, I mean, and now even PCA's had a camera going around last year. So I don't know if it's worth doing.
Just thinking out of the box here, right? I'm assuming most of your coverage is new releases.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. My question is, since most of these guys have these new releases, here's my thing is, you could cover the new release without being there, I think.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
So what I'm asking is, how imperative is the time and effort? And especially as most of these guys have the products beforehand. Some don't. Some get it last minute. But you could schedule a Zoom call, an interview.
We actually did
before even you go to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the whole imperative behind doing the pre-PCA show.
We did the pre-PCA. We're going to push a lot more to the pre-PCA show this year. Make it that way. But one thing that we did observe early on when video coverage started is people like to see the vibe of the trade show. So that's something that. But when you get to 90 videos, it's not going to be. They only see 90 video vibe is not going to be any better than a 20 video vibe. Is kind of what I'm saying. They do want to see. So we want to show some of that vibe of the trade show. People do want to see that.
As an outside guy looking in, and like I said, I have no clue. I'm talking sideways right now, but I could just see PCA coverage being done maybe even better and more effectively without going and dragging yourselves all out there.
There's some validity to that. I think we still want to be a presence there. Don't get me wrong, but there's absolute validity to what you're saying. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I anticipate the complaints about lack of media coverage to increase in volume in the coming years.
The PCA's brought their own people in now to start covering the trade show.
Well, so
and even too, Coop, if you did a lot of that wrapper, binder, filler type of shit pre-PCA, you'd be able to spend more time focusing on the vibe, the things going on, the standout stuff.
And then the ones like I'll tell you the way I covered the Fuente booth this year is when I needed the details. I called Fuente I called Carlito after the trade show. Ben, and I did the whole call. Ben was driving. Got everything I needed from Carlito at that, from that trade show in the car, because to get Carlito's time and Carlito was the only guy who really knew a lot of this stuff, by the way. To get Carlito's time was very tough at the trade show. So it wasn't worth us just kind of killing ourselves for that. We just afterwards, I called and said, yeah, give me a call. And I called him and got what I needed. So
I got to think that on the floor is probably one of the hardest times to try to get.
Yeah. Do you want to hear what was the biggest? You want to hear the biggest problem we had last year? Now people want to do these live reveals. Okay. And
what, like a baby? Like if it's a boy or a girl?
That's right.
Yeah.
Like a Fuente and Padron live reveal that
right.
Oh.
Like unveil, which I
know, but what warrants that? I mean, it's got to be like something.
Well, when you were going to give the information,
what else warrants that?
But when you were going to give the information to another publication before the trade show, it kills the whole thing. There's no point in it, is what I'm saying. Because they get the pictures, they're seeing it. There's nothing you're unveiling at the trade show if you're giving it to another publication. So we're stopping that now. We're not doing that anymore.
Well, I'll tell you what, we couldn't envision KMA going on outside of a real radio studio. We couldn't envision KMA going on without having a regular manufacturer on every week, and look at where we're at. So if you guys end up not being able to go to the PCA because of the change date, it's going to be the year to figure out how great it works covering it without going or not. You might discover, well, fuck, this actually works out better.
Right. Like I said, the Coop team will be there. If I'm not there physically, I'm not worried, is the answer. But there's a lot we're going to move outside the trade show in the next couple of years. Yeah.
I'm going to agree with Alan on this, but with an if. This would actually make perfect sense if they're still pursuing that weird consumer thing, but not part of the event. This would be perfect for that, right? You're not part of but the consumers remember that whole consumer.
But they don't talk about that at this. He's talking about when they get these are seminars that are usually on Friday for retailers.
I know, but what I'm saying is, if you had now that you're trying to get because who are you going to broadcast it to, right? Why would we broadcast it for fucking consumers?
Everybody's
obviously.
there,
right?
No,
but
if
we were to go back to that thing where PCA was trying to do this consumer membership, but not part of the trade show. Well, this is the perfect type of thing. Consumers also can members can have a private link to these seminars and be able to watch these
I think
online.
it should be I think it should be
what I'm saying? Restricted
members.
to people that if you're trying to do this membership thing, there you go. That's an incentive for membership.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the people who are.
Yeah, remember we had that big argument. PCA was trying to do this consumer thing, but not a part of the. Well, okay, this could be something as an incentive. You will have PCA consumer members have private link access to a Zoom feed.
I've seldom made these meetings or these things. Coop is, from what I get from the topics that I usually read about, is this consumer related information? Is it something they'd be interested in? A lot of times it's how to be a better retailer, how to market.
Because if you're a broadcast of consumers, manufacturers.
It's gotten a lot better in the last few years. Where
it's more of a showcase.
Yeah, like they did the Padron, they did the Padron presentation a couple of years ago. They did the La Aurora tasting panel. Where they're not like the old things were like really crappy things they would do, like point of sale system seminars, and they don't want people don't want to see that except Alan, right? Alan's the only guy who wants to see that, right? But in reality, it's not something that's going to get people their time in Vegas to go see a point of sale system presentation. It's just, I'm not saying it's not something that's something they should be doing throughout the year on a virtual thing or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think, and then did the Fuente. Remember they did the Fuente Friday thing a few years. That was a great thing that they did.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that helped. It helped a lot. So they did Nick Malolo's presentation. I'm thinking John was a really good one.
That was spectacular. I mean, honestly, the Fridays have gone from pretty much a throwaway day to where
you have
like
to be
80% of the time we're like, look, it's interesting, but there's no reason for us to be there. To Fridays are an important part for us to attend. Whether we're covering it or not, there's enough interesting panel and presentation and reveals that it makes it worthwhile to be there versus be somewhere else.
Yep. And we have had to skip a few of the Friday things for various reasons too, because it's also a day we need. It's also a day we need to kind of, we need to get our team together and stuff like that.
Friday's typically my fly-in day.
Right.
So if I was ever going to do any of those, I'd have to fly in on Thursday.
Well, I look at it as that's the day of the convention, that Friday. That's the way I look at it. But not everyone has the time to do that. I recognize that too.
Yeah, we've a lot of media people, including Coop and DP. We started coming in on Thursdays a little while ago because partially because it's just too much work to get organized on the Friday, and partially because we do want to attend a lot of the Friday stuff, and the only way to do that is to come in on a Thursday, and it's just the decision we made. So it's a 6-day event for us instead of a 4-day event.
We've done some of our big dinners too on Fridays too.
Yeah. Lately. Well, again, same thing, right? Like as soon as the trade show kicks off, I love the events, but telling me a day before the trade show started that you're planning on doing a dinner on Friday or Saturday, it's like this has been booked up for 2 weeks. Like you missed the cutoff a long time ago.
Yeah. In previous years, I've had to cut off a lot of the night stuff, and in reality, I want to get back to a little of that, and the way I'm going to get back to that is not kill myself at night now anymore. Yeah. So
yeah, I don't want to be in a hotel room or an Airbnb at 2 a.m. trying to produce content. It's it's not
you guys
fun.
were at the compound last year, and I had to be inside working on stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is not fun anymore.
Yep. Yeah, it's got. I mean, look, the trade show has to be. It is work. There's no question, but it also has to be a level of enjoyment and fun and engagement. And if you're, that was New Orleans in 2015, 2016. That was the trade show for me where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be in the hotel at 2:30 in the morning trying to produce content. It's just too much.
It can't happen anymore. Yeah. So in reality, it's so Abe, I think what you said is valid. That's the direction I'm going in. More stuff beforehand, more stuff after, and then there'll still be stuff we do from the trade show floor.
But it'd be more relaxing environment and not.
Our team will be burnt out if we had. I mean, they won't do it again. I know that, and I know I won't do it again. So.
All right.
We're all in agreement on that. Yeah.
Well, I think it's time we have to pay some of our bills. So it's time for us to test our musical acumen, bought to all of us by the fine folks over at Avo Cigars. It's time to find out whether we can name that jam.
All right, gentlemen, here we go. Going with another AI cover. Let's see what you guys can come up with.
Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down.
Oh, by the way, yes. Happy birthday, Cooper. Sorry, but back to that.
Yeah,
I meant to say that 5 times, and I kept getting sidetracked.
Thank you very much.
You want another pass? Abe,
I think I'm into this one. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it another pass.
It need more words.
Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down.
The only guess I have.
The doors. People are strange.
Oh,
yep,
okay.
you got it.
There you go.
Wow.
Got it.
Yeah,
I had one.
The first line I couldn't make out, and it was
Wicked is a little.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do reggae, you need captions.
Fair. I know when I got it.
If you put captions, it would give it away, though.
Fair.
But
Wow. Well done.
Are you saying hold on?
No, I said well done.
Oh,
yeah. I thought you said hold on too. Oh, thank you.
Wow, that was good. Well done. This segment brought
People
you.
Are strange by the doors.
Yes, this segment brought to you by the fine folks over at Avo Cigars. Once again, we appreciate it. Hopefully, they'll continue their sponsorship of this segment in 2026. So we're going to say Avo Cigars a lot for the rest of this year. Avo Cigars, thank you.
Yes, love my Avo Cigars. Avo
100 next year, by the way.
Avo 100 next year.
Yep.
It'll be really interesting.
That should be cool, though.
To see what they do for Avo 100.
Mm-hmm.
George Padron was in Charlotte a couple weeks ago.
I find it very hard to celebrate. Well, I mean, I guess not. I guess if you do it long enough, people forget the man, sadly enough. Yeah.
I was with George Padron a couple of weeks ago, and I asked him about, because it's also Padron 100 next year. He was really, we might do something like, okay. Yeah, come on,
George.
We might do something.
It was like he was slow. You can tell. A little bit. Yeah, he was throwing the bluff up right away.
Don't play poker, George.
Listen, one thing about Padron is they don't do a lot, but when they have a reason to do something, they do.
They do. Yeah, this is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see them not missing out on it.
I agree, but I can't see them. I mean, the Avo one's gonna be interesting because they've kind of gotten away from Avo Uvazian over the last few years.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to imagine that.
I mean, this is gonna be interesting how they go back to this one now. Yeah.
I guess when you've been doing it, they've been marketing it now for a while without his likeness or his reference.
I think they need to get back to it, in my opinion. I don't think it's gone the way it should have gone. That's why.
Thanks to them.
Yeah.
Well, the problem now is, Coop, I think there's such a gap now between our generation of cigar smokers and people smoking now. I'm not sure a lot of people even know who Avo Vizian is and the story behind him.
Yeah,
Well,
but I mean, then that's the point. They let that gap happen.
They let it
Kind
happen.
of, they drew too far away from it.
All the new smokers that came in with COVID, especially, probably are not aware of this at all.
And
Because they were already away from that.
Or why they do musical things, why it's even a
that's
thing.
what I'm saying. How do you stay on this
They have
theme
to.
of music and disconnect from why it was all about music to begin with?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I find it very odd, and I don't know what the long-term decision making was to gear it away from that, but I think it may have been a mistake.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they waited to. I think if you did it after the
Which
100,
is,
it may have been easier.
Coop's
But
audio?
can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I can hear Coop.
Okay.
I think there's really no point in which you should have done that unless you just wanted to like Camacho going to the bold, right? Camacho's bold, like when they revamped the packaging, unless that's the direction you want to take the whole brand in. If you're going to leave it in this classical sense of a brand and this legacy brand and this history of music, I don't think you could detach it from Avo Vizian.
I think Camacho had to do it because they obviously the Aroas were out at that point, and Christian had started his own company. So you couldn't really tie yourself to the Aroa legacy anymore. They had to do something different with Camacho. I get that.
Well, Camacho was always steeped in being the authentic Corojo brand.
Right.
That was Christian's motto. It wasn't so much attached to him as being the original authentic Corojo brand.
Yeah.
And then they geared it up to bold, right? Being the bold brand.
Yeah.
But, I find it very hard to continue on this musical, classical, theme of the Avo brand and not having it attached to Avo Vizian because there's no connection to what the story is about.
No.
Right.
Even with Aging Room with Rafael Nadal, right? And all the musical innuendos, it ties back to him.
Yep.
I think people forget that that's his brand, at the end of the day, still. So it ties back to him. And I think you lose that connection. Maybe it can be done, maybe it can't. I don't know, but either way, how are we doing on news this week, Coop?
A little light, but we have some stories.
All right. Well, hopefully we get the surgeon back in. I don't know why he's out. Is he out for a reason?
I think his audio. I think there was an audio.
Yeah, it's weird. The audio dropped on me. Very strange. Anyways.
All right. Well, let's find out what's going on in our industry this week. It's time to find out what's the scoop with Coop.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
Cooper.
All right. Let's start off with accessories.
Oh, that's interesting.
Cooper's an accessory whore.
Well, and this is actually at the top of my Christmas list
And
right
Cooper's
now.
a DuPont whore. Go ahead.
So this is a DuPont release. And DuPont for the past few years has had their hand in the whole Chinese Zodiac New Year thing. So they have their Year of the Horse collection coming out. And when I saw these accessories, I was blown away. There's a series of accessories they have coming out for the Year of the Horse. You can see they have that galoche pattern they had on there with the wavy horse mane on there. I think that's just absolutely beautiful that they're doing. I just love that pattern on there. So there's going to be a red and gold collection and a black and palladium collection. And in both, there'll be a line 2 cutter, so a line 2 lighter and a cigar cutter. And if you get the red, you can also get a Slimmy lighter or a Slim 7 lighter. So these have started to hit the stores right now. And from what I've also learned is these are limited edition, but afterwards they're going to have a what they call the horse mane collection, which is basically going to be the same lighters, but without the Year of the Horse images on it. But that flowing wave pattern, I thought these were really stunning when I looked at these, and
They are nice. I was eyeballing this Slimmy.
that Slimmy is
I gotta admit, I could see the thumbnail of the image before Alex pulls it up, right? And when I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, did they just slap a horse on a fucking lighter?
No, you have to look at that pattern. Yeah.
Okay, so when he blew it up, it got me a little.
Yeah.
These are attractive lighters, but here's my problem with DuPont, and I really experienced this in doing the Anarchy lighters, the 1-of-1 Anarchy lighters we did with the original art. Can you pull up that image again, Alex? So here's my thing. For me, and the OCD I have, if you're putting any kind of emblem or something or a logo on this lighter that's not a pattern, I have trouble because of that stupid L-shaped cutout that compensates for the roller. Because my brain wants it to be centered, right? So
I agree. I will agree on that.
If you center it to the lighter, then it won't be centered if it's in the upper area, the upper half of this L pattern. Then it's not centered to the background, the backdrop of it. Now, this horse, because obviously they want to diminish size, is centered to the lighter left and right because it's in the part of the L that's the width of the whole lighter, but it's not centered up and down and kind of looks.
There's a big gap.
Yes.
Empty space.
So this happened to me with the Superman logo lighter. Like it's centered to the background, but not centered to the lighter. Drive my OCD through a roof. So when you just have a pattern there, centering doesn't come into effect. But it's like impossible to make something look centered or balanced on these lighters when you're throwing in a logo or emblem.
It would have to be so small it would be irrelevant to
so you know what I do? You know what I would do, especially with the horse, is you just need to rotate the horse 180 degrees.
So the horse is up and down?
Yeah.
But you'll still have a left to right issue.
Yeah, a little bit, but at least you're using 80% of that available space instead of
True.
It's just to me it's so difficult, and I can't.
If you look at this lighter, this is the Fuente
zoom
one.
Zoom in on Coop Alex.
You see, if you look towards the bottom, right? There's that gold Fuente logo.
Okay, that's centered to the lighter. That's centered to the lighter, and the top part is filled with a pattern, so that works.
That worked in this case, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it's hard to make it work. I don't know if you got a picture of the Superman lighter anywhere still or whatever, but that was like looking at that. I cringed every time I look at it. It's I see nothing but imbalance and offness when I look at that Superman lighter.
Oh yeah, this is it.
But because there's no pattern, you see it more blatantly. You see it
more blatantly, and they didn't. It would have. Let me get it here. But doing it on the bottom.
But I see
makes
that
it much better, even though it's not
right.
I see what you're saying.
I see the battle every time I look at the logo. Now, doing it at the bottom solves left and right, but then like the horse, you got this whole canvas above it.
Too much empty space.
Empty.
Yep.
Fucking everybody.
That's my issue with these roller DuPonts when they put a logo or emblem and it's not just a flat out pattern. That Opus X is more of a pattern that included a logo at the bottom that centered it left to right. Looks brilliant.
It works. Yeah, exactly.
Very sexy lighter, and it's very well done and very well balanced in my opinion.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying. Exactly. So it is. I agree with that one as well.
And what makes it worse than the Superman one is they have all this empty.
Yeah, no, I see what you're. That's what I'm saying. Like if it was down the bottom, it would at least look like it was center with the bottom. But it just looks like it's to the left.
Yeah, it just throws me off. And they centered it to the canvas, which is the blue background.
They centered it to the canvas, but it's not centered to the lighter. Yeah.
Which for my brain causes a complete shutdown.
That's why it's a little easier on your brain, at least down the bottom, because although it's not centered to the light, at least it's centered to that bottom.
Right now, you can't unsee it. Sorry, I ruined it for you.
Too many years spent looking at company
So you go with-
advertising and artwork and banners and
It's
You going
my
red or black,
graphic.
Cooper?
It's my graphic artist background. Like I have such a hard time with one of our graphic artists who always tries to eye center, which
He can't center anything. He can't center
which is
anything.
good if you have an eye for it. But he's
He does.
so
He
off.
can't
I look
center
at something like,
it.
bro, this is way skewed left. How do you not see it? And so I try to teach him, put a center line before you start working. Center
why you
line
have
up and
guidelines.
down to your canvas so you know where true center is. Now, I will tell you this is a graphic artist and a guy with graphics background is sometimes because of whatever else you got going in the background, true center is not optical center.
Yeah.
So you'll have something at true center, but it won't look right. So I have to tell them in those situations, you got to smudge it to the left or to the right or to up and down until it becomes optically centered, because that does happen. There's a optical effect or illusion because of other things you got going on that true center doesn't look true center. So then
Tell me
you
you've never used Corel Draw without telling me you never used Corel Draw.
I've never used Corel Draw.
Oh, you never used Corel. See, Corel Draw was absolutely that, where you there's like step one was you set your hash marks and you align the graphic to the hash marks so you know exactly where the outside boundaries are, and then you know what your inside boundaries are, and then you know exactly where on the canvas your artwork is, and it's exact. It always has to be exact. Same thing. I did it for stores, and I'm not a graphic guy, but I'm a very data analytic guy, and so the boundaries and the placement has to be exact, and if it's a couple millimeters off, my brain just screams, this looks wrong.
My foray right into graphics was right into Photoshop, and it didn't even expand to Illustrator. I never really. I tried using Illustrator because you need it, because you have to do some things in EPS format.
Vectors,
It's so hard for me to grasp compared to Photoshop. I just went right into Photoshop.
Yeah, I did a lot. I was forced into doing a lot of vector stuff for stores, and there's a huge technical component to it. And like you say, you have to know where your canvas is. You have to, everything has to be situated and spaced correctly. And if it's not, when you know what you're looking for, it stands out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, so I know you love those Opus sliders, man, but man, they hurt one of the sides of my brain very badly.
All right, so Cooper, the important question: what are you going for, the red or the black?
The red.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I go for the red too. Chinese New Year, it fits it.
Chinese New Year.
It makes sense. The red.
Yeah,
The red
I
and
think the Slim 7's the one I want to get to. I'm more of a jet lighter guy, so.
I would like the red and the gold just without the logo.
Well, they're going to do that. They're going to be doing that. They're going to be doing that. So it's going to be the horse vein. So they're going to be doing that going forward. Yes. So you will be able to
that wavy pattern to me looks like a walnut or something like that. I love that pattern on it. It's beautiful.
It really is. I mean, and the way that it's not, the way they engrave it on there is just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what makes these.
They do a good job with the palladium, though. I will say, like the palladium. Anytime they use palladium on a lighter, it's.
But I have a bunch of black DuPont lighters.
17, I think it was. What? 17.
Do they have an MSRP on it?
Yes, they do. Of course they give us an MSRP.
Everybody sit down.
So the line 2 lighter is $17.95.
Oh.
The cigar cutter is $335.
Oof.
The Slimmy is $450, and the Slim 7, which is not bad, $325.
That's actually pretty reasonable.
I mean, listen, a typical line 2 not is about $1,400, so it's
Slim
not.
7 is what they call the extends, right? It's the
little side, they're very.
It's got a flat. It's got the flat torch, right?
Yeah,
I like the Slim 7.
Yeah,
that's good design.
No, the Slimmy has the flat torch. The Slimmy's the one that has the flat torch.
Yeah,
so
I like
so I have a couple of Slimmies already. The only problem with the Slimmies is the fuel tank's pretty small in those.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I've had with the
handful
Slimmies.
of lights out of it.
Yeah, it's not one.
That bottom right one.
Don't take it on the road.
That's a really nice design.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, even on the Slim, the Slim.
Slimmy's on the lower left. Yeah.
Yeah, the lower right.
No, the Slim 7 is the lower right.
The Slim 7's the lower right. The Slimmy is
the Slimmy's the one I like. I like that lighter a lot, but see, even that horse is throwing me off on that fucking.
Yeah, I'd move it up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
it's got to be centered between the lower gold section on the right hand side and the top gold section on the top. To me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really funny. Pull that up again. So, if you look now, I don't know what that is. What is that cutout there? Is that a fuel gauge thing? What the fuck is that cutout, or is that just a breather vent thing?
It's an air vent.
It's
an air vent.
Yeah, it's that air vent on the Slim 7.
They centered the air vent to the lighter.
Yeah,
which makes it even worse now.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
it
stands out like a sore thumb
to the lighter, And if you
It's
look
not
at the
centered to
DuPont,
the horse.
right? If you
Yeah,
look
it's
at the
not centered
DuPont
to the horse.
writing on the gold on the slim, they've centered the copy to the lighter, not to the gold background. So now
3 millimeters too far to the right-hand side.
So now what makes it worse is they're sending you mixed messages where some of it's centered to the lighter, but now the horse isn't centered to the lighter. It's centered to.
And Abe, look at the cutter. So what's going to really send you, if you look at the cutter cutout, you can see it's offset up further than
it's definitely up.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be because they didn't want the print to fall into.
Yeah, they have to. You have to.
Right. So this comes to a problem. Now we're getting into total design shit where,
yeah,
to have centered it properly, you'd have to decrease the size of the horse.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they wanted to go as big of a horse as they want, which means they couldn't have centered it properly. But I could honestly live with the cutter centering because it's not far off centered, and the cutout of the blade almost makes it work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But the Slimmy, which I like that lighter, I that's gonna drive me nuts.
Now you got me thinking that. Yeah.
I like them. Fuck that. Although the ones without the logo, because it is that just that pattern design, that kind of guilloche design is really nice. Yeah, they may be dynamite.
Yeah, so they are going to have those, which I think it'll be great actually.
Yeah,
when they do those.
Wake me when they make a DuPont V cutter, then I'll get excited.
I'll talk to Les on it.
I'll tell you what, too, Coop. I hope if they're going to release, I would release it in multiple colors with this kind of pattern design. You know, blues, greens. They did green.
They did green with a Year of the Snake, and it was really nice.
Yeah, green's nice.
You know what I'd go crazy over if that DuPont cutter had a flat cut, a guillotine cut on one end, and like a low level V cut on the other, like it's double sided, like the Calibres. I'd be super excited for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, what else you got going on, Coop?
All right, Alex.
That could have been the longest accessory segment we've ever had.
Right? Who knows?
So, Alex, the links. I'm going to go in the order.
I know it was swapped. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, next up, we have a new Davidoff Winston Churchill late hour coming out. It is the late hour Bellicoso. It's going to be sold in 5-count tins. It's a short Bellicoso measuring 46 by 4.5. Now, with
this is a new Vitola more than a new blend. Yeah.
It's a new Vitola.
Yeah.
Now
it's a new blend too.
Kind of, yeah. So this is the 5th size, right? When they did the 4th size, they did a petite panatella also in the tins, which is what they're calling. They're calling this medium filler. The Bellicoso is also going to be the medium filler blend.
Oh,
I don't know how I feel about this line going into medium fillers. I really don't.
I agree. I think it's wow.
I don't like it. I like that they did this size. I like the tins. I like the packaging. I don't like the fact it's a mixed filler, a medium filler against this
on a
thing.
Davidoff. Yeah,
it feels like somebody said, "What can we do with our leftovers?"
Yeah.
Does the
What's the price?
You put it on somebody.
Price is good.
Well, the price, which I was able to get, which was not given to the media, it's $62 for the 10. Five
62 for a 5-pack.
For a $5.
10 and change.
About 12.
I mean, for Davidoff.
For Davidoff.
So this is Davidoff's
Petit Panatella smoked really good, by the way. I've had the
Davidoff's attempt for people who really won't smoke a $25, $30 cigar to say, "Hey, look, I can walk around with a Davidoff and pay $12."
And it's a I mean, I don't know what the smoking time for Davidoff is. I'm sure they'll say 15 minutes, but like it's a reasonable smoking time for people who don't want to commit to a longer smoke too.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right. What else you got, Coop?
We had a couple of JC Newman items. So first up, there was a line that came out at the trade show called Sarzidas, which is an old Newman brand that they're resurrecting, and they're finally shipping it this week. They're calling this the aromatic cigar. They really were not talking too much about what this aromatic, if it's aromatic or not. My guess is it's going to be an aromatic cigar they're releasing under Newman. So I was just, like I said, a little I like the fact they're bringing this back in, but I just don't know much about the cigar. I don't think they gave this cigar out, John, at the trade show.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. here's the problem. Here's my issue with this, and it's not a flavored thing. We had the issue in the group chat yesterday. So Matt Briggs, who's the general manager, he usually will send in our chat, to get thoughts on new product. And I thought it, and then Abe immediately said it. We were like, "Who the fuck is this? What's Zarzetas? Whose is this? Who makes it? What is it?" I had to look it up to find it. There's nothing that tells me this is a JC Newman cigar.
So I think that is a preemptive move because
it's flavored.
Yes, I think that's on purpose. They maybe don't want the JC Newman name attached to it.
I'm sure.
And it's a weird name. It's weird stuff. But literally, I told Matt this. I think I told Matt in a verbal conversation, not in the chat. Is look, put that picture up again. Name is weird. Packaging is weird. But you know what? That orange lid may pop. It may. I've seen stupider things cause frenzy. One of the worst predictions in my career was Edge was the dumbest product ever made. Guy built a fucking $100 million company on fucking edges. Yeah. So as a retailer, I'm looking at this 100-count box in the worst unfinished box you could probably put in. So retailer unfriendly, no band, just a little footer. I said, this is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. And look at that. So I literally told him, I said, listen, we're going to bring this cigar in. We're going to try it. We're going to see how it goes because I've seen I've seen weirder things pop and hit with consumers. And I think it's priced what? Under $7, like around $7, $8.
8 to 10.
Yeah. Okay. So I could see consumers seeing this orange lid, catching their attention, this weird name, and them trying it. And if they like it, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Rocky made a $5 cigar that was a hit, and it was because of, I think it came out at 5, maybe 6. No, it came out at $5. Right. 5, yeah. Because he was smart enough to say, I'm going to take something that would normally cost me 5 boxes to make. So there's my cost of 5 boxes, and I'm going to put it in this really shitty, unfinished 100-count box to really bring my cost down, and I'm going to make a quality $5 cigar. And look what happened. And
wasn't the original Vitola the Edge, if I remember right? The first, it was a mini Pyramides, right? Like it was, was it not? Or was it
originally released? It was originally released in 100-count boxes, but then they made this thing called the Missile, which was like a little weird box or whatever. But that never, I don't know what that ever really. The 100-box count was the winner, man.
And they didn't have remember they had no bands at the time. They did.
Yeah.
And the only reason why Rocky put footer bands on was people were counterfeiting them.
Yeah.
Well, I think also some of the rappers were starting. You really had to kind of differentiate which was which that got out of the box. But no bands, no nothing. I mean, it was crazy. Idea.
Cooper I couldn't really tell from is this more acid or is this more Metropolitan Host type? This is aromatic. It's not. This is.
They really weren't talking much about it. It's not acid. It's not acid. I would say it's closer to, closer to.
Yeah, I don't know. When you say aromatic, I don't call it a sweet tip or sweetened. That falls more in the lines of acid and fat bottom Betty's or whatever. Some of these other things that I would call it.
Then no sweet tip.
Sweet tip.
Please, no sweet tip, please.
Yeah, I agree.
It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. What else you got going on, Coop?
Well, also with JC Newman, Thanksgiving week, they broke ground on the restoration of the Sanchez Yahya building. So that's the building across the street from the factory that they bought a few years ago. That was an abandoned building that used to be a hotel and restaurant. It was a mess when they bought it. And they had JC announced back, this is 2021, they were going to restore it. Well, it took several years to do this because they had to move a bat colony out of there.
I was going to say, it was like bat country, one.
Yeah, then there were actually structural issues with the building that had to be fixed. So that took some time where they really had to just make sure this building could even be used.
Is it a historical site? Do you know? Has it been marked as? It must not be.
I think they're trying.
Yeah, I assume that's going to be the goal. I'm assuming
probably because the factory is.
Yep.
But not next door.
Yeah. So they're saying this will be open in a year. I am kind of, that's
All right, so
that's ambitious.
2027, 2028.
Yep. But there's going to be 3 things there. They're going to have something called the Inn at Elder Hole. That's going to be the hotel. It's going to be a small hotel. It's not going to be a huge hotel. They're going to have Stanford Cigar Club, which is going to be the cigar lounge.
Nice.
And Elaine's Restaurant, which is going to be the restaurant. And Stanford and Elaine are Eric and Bobby Noon's parents. So that's what those are going to be.
Nice.
So they broke ground on this, I think, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. And I got to say, JC Newman, they do a great job of getting local news coverage in Tampa. They get the local news out for everything they do. And I've watched some of their local news coverage, and they're very positive on what Newman's doing in terms of cigars and everything. It's always positive coverage they get. So it's never like that negative coverage you get. So they do a good job down there working with the media down there.
What else you got, Coop?
That's it.
That's it for the news. All right.
It was a little slow week coming out of Thanksgiving.
For more information and always to stay up to date, please visit our friend's site, cigar-coop.com. Listen, I got to say, I had a backup cigar ready.
Yeah. Didn't make it, huh? Made it through.
No, but box press out of the woodwork.
Nice.
Anonymous. I even had a cut ready.
Yeah.
And we have to save this for another episode. I mean, I did have to light it, I think, 2 times, but that's because I talk a lot.
Still,
But
that when you're talking, yeah.
It's good range for a 2-hour conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This cigar lasted the show. So I'm telling you, and it's been producing copious amounts of flavorful smoke. So before they're gone, if you haven't had a chance, Smokin' Pirate, I'm going to say it's up there. It's got to be one of the top cigars under $7 you're going to find. So
very good.
Check it out while you get a chance.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out.
Super enjoyable. Really is. All right. We are coming up to the final 2 weeks of Tale of the Tape. We're going to finish with our number 1 picks for this season on episode number 600 coming up next week. But now it's time to find out what everybody's number 2 choice of top 10 for Tale of the Tape this week. Run it. All right. Who wants to kick it off?
I'll kick it off. I'll get started.
I think this is where we're really, it's last week, this week, and next week, we're going to get a lot of overlap.
So, being that I'm starting, my number 2 pick is probably what most people would have assumed was my number 1 pick, but it's not. It's my number 2 pick. And that would be our first one making it to all 3 panels, The Sopranos. Number 2 pick. Classic. You knew it had to be in there. I'm sure a lot of people assumed it was my number 1, but it is not. Sopranos.
Our first 4, and it was 4.
Mine was 3, 3, 4, 2.
And it's our first one where we have an all 3 consensus to make the list.
And pretty much on the same level.
Yeah,
very
2,
close.
3, 4. Right.
These were all very close. Yeah.
My next pick has been said. I know it's been said. Aired for 10 years, from 75 to 85 on CBS, and I don't care whether you're a fan of the show or not. You cannot hear this song without wanting to get up, dance, boogie, whatever. It's just one of my opinions, one of my favorite themes for a TV show ever, The Jeffersons.
Yep.
I had that on mine. Yeah.
I mean, the opening line is the best line ever. Moving on up. I mean, Jesus.
Consensus list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was Jefferson on yours?
Jefferson, I'll tell you, on mine, the Jeffersons was 4. On Coop, it was 9. 9, 4, and 2.
Yeah, I did number 5.
Do you have a full list?
I have a list.
You made a full list?
Oh, yeah, I made a full list.
John came up with
2 months ago.
We got to hear your list.
The whole list?
Yes.
All right.
You're not here every week. I want your whole.
All right.
Yeah, damn right. We want
And
your list.
you might as well tell us what your number 1 is.
Yeah, sure.
No,
number 1, really no surprise.
Whoa.
Okay, you go start.
Starts at 1.
All right. see here. Make sure I have it in order, right? So Game of Thrones was number 10.
Would have made my list, but no lyrics.
No lyrics. Number 9 was the X-Men 97, the original X-Men 97. That just got you off your seat for those who listen to it. Simpsons was number 8. MASH was number 7. Star Trek, the original Star Trek.
Really?
That's a
theme
good
song.
one. That was a good one.
Number 5, Jeffersons. Number 4, the original. Coop knows this. The original Hawaii 5-0.
The original
theme
one,
song.
not the one they bastardized. Yeah.
Number 3 was Buffy the Vampire Slayer because again a classic. And number
Jess also gave that pick. Was
yeah,
it Jess?
It's
it was either Jess or Lauren. Somebody else went with.
I think it was Lauren.
Now I gotta go and listen to it. I can't remember it.
It's so good. It just.
good.
I mean, the
It's a good one.
guitar right off the it just high energy.
Yep.
Number 2 for today, going back to 1963.
Oh shit,
Doctor Who.
bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you a Doctor Who fan?
I'm a massive Doctor Who fan. Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it's just gonna be me and you right here. So
It's all right. Me and Cooper talk sports sometimes.
I like Eccleston. All right, I love.
Yeah.
Tennant was my favorite.
He was great.
I love Tennant. Now, see, just real quick, Doctor Who. Every now and then he dies and regenerates.
Yeah.
So his character changes. And as a Doctor Who fan, it's always hard. Can you imagine the lead character of your show changing every 3 or 4 years? And sometimes it's really hard to acclimate to the new Doctor Who. But for whatever reason, I ended up always falling in love with him, though Tennant was still my favorite.
Yeah.
I like the guy after Tennant. He was really, really good, even though, like, in the beginning, like, what the fuck is this guy? He looks like a child. I liked him. I forgot his name. But then they went, then they went to the Scottish guy, who I couldn't understand him at all, the old man. And that was the first year I didn't watch it. But then I ran out of shit to watch. And then I said, all right, let me start watching the Doctor Who's again. And I ended up loving him. He was actually really, really good. The girl, first Doctor Who woman.
Jodie Whittaker.
Yes. Once again, at first not a fan, grew on me. I loved her. I cannot get into this guy this season. I watched the Christmas special only because I bought Tennant back and I loved it. I watched 2 or 3. I can't get into him. I haven't watched any Doctor Who this year. And I'm really kind of sad about it because I tried to give it a chance. I know my history of, Doctor Who that, all right, they usually wear off on you. I get frustrated every time I watch every show. I'm like, it's not rubbing off. It's only reinforcing that I just don't like this version of Doctor Who.
Yeah. Tom Baker was always because that's
Tom Baker is my era. That's when it was on live. That's what I was watching. Yeah.
All right. Before we get to John's 1, let's get Cooper's 2 in. I think you're muted, Cooper.
Move.
No, I had the cough button on.
You had a little cough.
This is a song that was a theme song that went to number 1 on the Billboard charts. So it was a very popular song. Now, the opening montage had scenes from Brooklyn, so it always was special to me. But the song itself stands on its own, and that's "Welcome Back, Kotter" by John Sebastian. Actually, "Welcome Back" is the song. Amazing track. I just love that track.
Cooper, that pick, when I saw this, it made me do the I fucked up. Damn it.
That is a great.
It made me do the damn. I forgot about Welcome Back, Kotter.
Welcome Back, Kotter was freaking that. And I just love when that song would come on the radio and stuff. And my mom was a big John Sebastian fan. So it's special to me in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah. Great song. Great pick.
Solid. All right.
Get that one. Yeah.
John, you're number 1.
Sopranos, man. It's got to be Sopranos. It's just, I can't imagine, again, a great series, but boy, did they ever nail it with that intro song. They could have tanked it.
Perfect for the show, even.
It really is. So listen, with that, including John, Sopranos has gone 4-3-2-1 in our lists, including John. So
right. I'm sure Alan is thrilled about that.
Right. I've also resigned myself to the fact that I don't believe my number 1 is on any of your lists. I just don't think you guys will have this.
Mine made a list. Mine did make a list. Yes. My number 1.
I do want to throw in an honorable mention.
You got the board? I'll tell you my number 1 list.
All right.
Yeah, I know. Well,
No, my number one is not going to be on your list. I highly doubt.
No, not yours. I'm trying to see if mine's on
Oh,
anybody's.
your number one is on anybody's list.
Yeah, mine's on a list.
mine is on a list.
Mine is on a list.
Mine is not. Which
Miami
means
Vice
that-
would have been on my list, but got excluded for the. I didn't allow for songs independent of the show, even though it kind of was written for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami
the
Yeah, and
reason.
they chop it on the show.
Yeah.
Compared that's why it was lower on mine.
And I love Laverne and Shirley. I mean, yeah. Love that
Miami
show.
Vice was on
Somebody else
my.
mentioned Laverne and Shirley. I think it might have been Jess who mentioned Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Lauren mentioned Buffy.
Yeah, I gotta listen to Buffy after the show. All right, tune in next week as we find out everybody's number one pick. And now to end the show, as we normally end the show, it's time. Sponsored by the wonderful folks over at Drew Estate, great friends of KMA Talk Radio. Time to find out. Would you rather?
Would you rather?
All right. I'm going to forewarn you. Eli's got a tough one. Here we go.
Good.
Would you rather listen to Michael Jackson or Prince?
He's got a tough one.
This is not a tough one.
I don't think that's a tough one.
Really?
Either.
No,
Yeah.
this is not even close.
I think I might be the unpopular one here.
Yep.
I'm
Actually,
siding with Prince.
Coop siding with Prince for
I'm
sure.
siding with Prince. And look, my dad knew Michael Jackson. I tell you, and when Prince came out, my dad was horrified at me to tell him, and I said Prince is much better. I'm like, he's just much better.
The problem for me is, Cooper, if I want to listen to Mike, I want to listen to early Mike. I want to
Right.
listen to like disco Mike.
Yeah.
So it's not a same genre for me. I want to listen to Prince funk or I want to listen to Mike disco. And it's a little bit of it's a tough. I mean, if you force me and I have to only pick one, I'm probably going to pick Prince, but that's a mood thing for me. It's almost two different styles.
I
of
want
music.
DJ Eli's pick.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I want DJ Eli's pick.
Abe, message Ernie and tell him we want a montage of Eli's answers of his
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would be a good one.
Yes, I will.
Because he's got
I'll
some good.
message Eli.
Message Eli, absolutely.
It's got to be Prince. And look, I love early MJ. I mean, obviously, I grew up with that. And he's an amazing lyricist. But when you look at Prince musically as a musician and his quality of music, and obviously his legacy was never tarnished. Like Coop said, it's a no-brainer for me. It's just auto Prince. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and you saw the stuff that Prince did later in his career.
Yeah.
Some of the covers he did and stuff were incredible. And again, I go back even to the Super Bowl show.
Yeah.
The Michael Jackson one is talked about, but the Prince one, everyone has at the top of
Legendary.
their list.
That's
legendary.
That's
Legendary.
the standard.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they're both. Everybody could live with both. They're both great, but
Yeah.
if I had to choose one, it's the edge out by Prince. Listening to Michael Jackson wouldn't be the end of the world. Like
Problem too is like I don't know once Michael Jackson like turned white, I don't know, his music wasn't. I'm not in the later Mike.
He really after
you didn't like
Thriller,
it's black, it's
and
white.
that,
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. And it got
but
Got weird.
Terrible.
that Dangerous album he came out with after Bad wasn't good. That's what I'll just say. It was bad. So, and Prince had so much more than Purple Rain, is what I'll say too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, this concludes another episode, number 599 of KMA Talk Radio. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us and sharing your Saturday morning cigar with me. To everybody at home, we hope we entertained you. We hope you had a little fun. And we do hope you will all come back and join us next week for episode number 600. Until then, everybody, please keep it